Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I am Sacred Hooves, and I'm being joined by Cephalon today for today's race versus Stump and Kekumanshoyu, and they are off and running. Cephalon, how you doing today, buddy?
Quite well, thank you, Sacred. How are you doing yourself this evening?
Not too bad, honestly. Glad to be here.
Always a thrill. Anything for some Super Metroid action.
And hey, we already set a new personal best. We actually started 3 minutes after we were supposed to. We're getting better at this.
We just get quicker and quicker. Looks like the racers have already, you know, shot off. So good luck to them. Tonight we have kekumanshoyu and stumpdotio. I believe I'm pronouncing that right.
We'll find out soon enough later, because, as always, everyone likes to correct us.
Same gameplay, same start, same story, same plot. Mission of this game is to collect every item on the grocery list and explode the planet as quickly as possible.
Because, Samus can't go shopping without blowing up the local weapons depot. Just because.
On top of that, it is the holiday season, so what better way to celebrate?
I'd like to think people celebrate hearthwarming with a little bit something different besides exploding the nearby planet in weapon store. So, hmm, I guess to each their own.
It's 2016, anything's possible tonight.
This is true. Both players have a respectable sub 40-second escape from Ceres, so that's going to be a good start. That's going to get them onto the planet in like about 2 minutes and some change. And that's roughly where you want to be to start if you're anticipating on doing a very heavy speed run to get yourself anywhere between, the legendary Zeus, Oats, and Behemoth times down to your average pool, which sums up to be about hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes for most of our competitors. I mean, I know we do have a couple of people who rank in the 2 hours, and I will admit I am one of them, so this is why I don't speedrun.
But it's always worth the shot. There's a lot of new racers that, stepped up to the plate. They decided to participate. And I'm rhyming right now as I say this. But, you really have to admire those that just kind of took a shot in the dark and went for it.
Indeed, it is definitely proves that, you can put your mind to something and actually make it work. As you can see, Kekam and Shoyu taking a good advantage of counting via the shots on the platform. Again, there are 6 on the way down the shaft, so if you're good enough, you can do a couple different things. You can shoot the platforms as he did. You can do angle up or downs to count each one. Any method is preferable if you want to keep yourself on pace with memorization of patterns.
There aren't really any deviations in early game. I know that Keku runs the new route, so we're not going to see that change until we reach the Norfair section, or excuse me, the end of Norfair. Meanwhile, Stump does go old route, so you're going to see him spending a little bit more time just chilling and maxing and relaxing all cool with Crocomire.
And that is the almighty difference. We've seen a lot of players. We've seen a few matches gone against where old route and new route were pit, head to head. Sometimes old route has won, sometimes new route has run. It's all going to depend on the players' reaction times and how they move and how they respond to different situations. Because even though you could memorize Super Metroid forward and backwards, she is still a very finicky mistress and will not let you go away easily without paying some sort of price.
She just knows how to tease us and how to please us and how to love us, and also how to just hate us sometimes.
Please tease, hate, and destroy us. That sounds exactly what a mistress would do. So, this is a very accurate description. Now, as you can see here, both players opting to use the wall climb strat. This is done by hugging either the left or right wall and just wall jumping up. Away you go.
Also, one thing that I didn't really realize until just earlier today was that there's not really many sections of the game where you're required to wall jump on the left side. The only places that really come to mind are Red Tower and even Aqueduct on your way to Baoon.
This is true, but even then, if you don't want to, take the time to do the wall jump, say you want to do something a little different. Ooh, Stump there, thinking he had all the missile counts in, accidentally kept shooting the door with some pea shooters. Allowed kekumanshoyu a little bit of time to catch up. But, yeah, in relation to the aqueduct there, I know of one of my old routes that I did, I would always go up and get the stuff in that room using the speed booster, and then just shine spark my way up to that door. So, there's a lot of different ways to go about things. It's down to you to figure out pretty much ultimately how you're going to handle things. Speaking of handling things, we got two bomb trees going on right now. Looks like both players doing an excellent job keeping them in the corner. And almost an in-sync kill for both.
Nice job to both runners. What you want to do for this fight, just to not complicate it as much, is you want to start off shooting 5 pea shooters into Bomb Chorizo's chest, and then Bomb Chorizo is going to follow up by spitting out a little bit of its eggs. You want to shoot those eggs, collect the missile drops, provided that you haven't taken any hits prior, or at least from Bomb Chorizo. Collect the missile drops, pump 4 at a nice little even pace, because I believe Bomb Chorizo does have some iframes where it is invulnerable to the missiles. But you want to pump 4. Bomb Chorizo's chest is going to open up, and from there you want to pump 3 more.
Yes, unfortunately, Bomb Chorizo is one of those monsters that does have iframes, so you kind of have to treat it very specially and very carefully. As you can see, a different strategy between the two races here. Stump was stopping to take his time to shoot out these green space pirates. Meanwhile, kekumanshoyu was just opting to bombard his way through it. This will leave him with 5 missiles. Stumps will have, well, 4 going down. They'll just have to shoot the... I do not know what these monsters coming up are, so forgive me. You'll just have to shoot the googly eyes down below to get a missile and then continue on his path. Once again, I will be corrected soon enough.
Googly eyes sounds about right. To be honest, I mean, they just look like crabs. Mr. Krabs, I'm pretty sure they're feeling it right about now once they're dead.
There's a lot of irony behind what you just said in my actual real-life job.
About crabs? About googly eyes?
In relation to SpongeBob.
Oh, I see.
With a laugh of my own out of the way, both players are now behind the Brinstar Reserve. They got their super missile, and they'll now be off and running.
Also, what they did there, entering the room for early supers, was they did a mock ball. That pretty much is running and then soft morphing while moving forward in order to retain that same speed. And kekumanshoyu, of course, landing the reverse mock ball strat. It's a tight little window, but as you can see, he was able to execute it gratefully. Even though, even if you don't get it, it doesn't really matter because it's still so early in the game. Anything can happen.
This is true. We really don't start considering, a lot of things to be too major of a big loss until, say, somewhere down the road you're like going through Gauntlet or something. So, thankfully in the early going, it's not too bad. But again, there's still situations that can come up where you can accidentally shoot yourself in the foot. And that is not something you want to do consistently. You want to be very careful about your route. You want to plan it out just carefully. You want to make sure you know what hazards are coming up, because if you're not very careful about it, it's not going to be good for you.
I also want to make mention that they are going to skip that missile pack right now. They're not forgetting it. There's just a way to save time by using a power bomb later, because you're gonna end up heading back down to where the charge beam Chozo is in order to get another E-tank. So they're gonna come back for it later.
It's always a wise choice that if you can, when especially when routing, you want to sit there and put things in just a certain way, so that way you can collect it as quickly as possible with other things. So, in a way, and forgive me for using this word, because I know some people aren't ready to hear this word again after how many times it was used during the DAB tournament, but it sort of synergizes all together if you can actually plan it out. Okay, so I get this item here, which will link to this one, which will help me get this one, and I can get them all within, say, X amount of time to keep on moving.
That's essentially what Hundo is. On top of that, I like to think dab tournaments or just dab races as improv synergy, where you just kind of have to like come up on the spot what route you want to take. And a lot of these players like to choose a route for their preference. As like for example, I recall that Captain Duck, shout outs to him by the way, he picked up Spore Spawn supers. Don't worry about the name Spore Spawn. I don't know why it's named. I don't even know what it's named after, but that's what they're called. He ended up picking those up first, just because it was merely his preference, and I believe even to his own saying, it's his optimal route.
Sometimes it's not a bad thing to have that extra backup. And as you can see here, the difference between the two players and their strategies for going through here. Kekumanshoyu opted for the 3 missile pump to annihilate the wall of supers on the way to Kraid's warehouse. Meanwhile, Stumped opted to stop, shoot one down below, and continue whirling through. Interesting choice of setup. Only really about a second loss between the two for Stump there, so it's not too bad off. But again, as you can see, the different variation of skill level and players that we have going through all this, you can definitely see it come through.
Keku right now approaching Kraid, the first boss of the game, really. If we're excluding Ridley. Now, Kraid does have 1,000 HP. I'll just go ahead and say that. And what he's going to try to do is aim for the quick kill, which he nails. He's going to pump, and I'm going to continue saying pump, by the way, because I have had a request from Wild to keep on talking about pumping. But he's going to pump 2 missiles. The initial missile is going to get Kraid to open his mouth, and then that first missile is going to do 100 damage. And then Keku's going to follow by, or he did follow by, pumping 3 more supers, which ended up doing they end up doing 300 damage each. So 900 in total, adding up to that 1,000 HP.
Having a little technical difficulty here. Excuse us for just one moment while we get this up and running. Uh-oh. Yeah, I do believe Stump's game crashed on him. So meanwhile, while we try to get Stump back up and running, Kekumanshoyu here, just get out of Kraid's warehouse, is now picked up the energy tank on the way down to high jump, and now we'll be getting high jump, but not before shooting the Nova and opening the door. Alrighty, Kekumanshoyu in the meanwhile is now entering Cathedral, just got the high jump, and is now off and running through this sort of set of gauntleting. Alrighty. Alright, Stump is back. There we go. Sorry about that, folks. So, Kekumanshoyu, meanwhile, has made it to Bubble Mountain, and is now on his way back with Speed Booster. With Stump, who has just finished trade, we will not know how that one went. I will find out the official how he did it soon enough for you. Is now on his way through Cathedral. Alrighty, Kekumanshoyu just got Wave Beam. Stump is now up Bubble Mountain himself, got past the final boss, and is off and running to get his Speed Booster.
So yes, now that Keku has collected Wave and he's doing new route, he's gonna make headway for Ice and then immediately leave Norfair to make headway for Phantoon, Wreck Ship, everyone's favorite RNG boss, half elephant and half cartoon.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that made that observation one night. Seriously, I sat there one night looking at Phantoon. I was like, you know what? He looks like half an elephant, half something else. I can't name the half. Oh, goodness, Stump, no!
Oh, Stump, please make it.
He'll make it,
Yes.
thankfully, but it's just... Unfortunately, taking a lava bath that he did not want, I accidentally stopped a little short on the way out of Speed Booster, so... thankfully, he made the recovery. But no, I was looking at Phantoon, it's like, he looks like half an elephant, half something else. I can't think of what it is. And yeah. So Kekumanshoyu, as you mentioned, Cephalon, is now going to get Ice, and this is where the old and new routes start to deviate quite a bit, because with new route, you're going to take Ice Beam, and you're going to go over to Wreck Ship, and you're going to go get Gravity Beam and all that stuff, and you're not going to see Crocomire for another time later.
Correct. Keku does have to cool himself down with a little ice. It's pretty hot down there, and I know he can handle the heat. I've seen him cook before, so he's pretty pretty well versed in the Hell's Kitchen. Here you'll see Stump going to fight Crocomire now.
Yep, he's got his Wave Beam in hand, he's got enough energy in the tank. He'll be on his way down to go get everyone's favorite electrical grappling hook. There we go. I always hate getting out of that room.
Double Chambers is such a confusing room, even upon entering it, because just of how messed up the door transition from single chamber room can just throw off the timing for that initial jump, and you'll end up falling through the platforms. An excellent Alpha Spark by Keku.
Yes, indeed, though. Definitely have him a little bit of a time save if he starts up Red Tower here. One of the other... Oh, he's going for right side? Okay.
Nice save, by the way, using Ice Beam.
Indeed. Have will travel. Kekumanshoyu here, making it across the pits just after getting up Red Tower. Meanwhile, Stump going down to say hello to everyone's favorite giant crocodile, who has an unrealistically, imaginally long arm.
So I'm hoping that he continues with this pattern of, and I hope there's no commentator's curse here, but 1 to 2 swipes is
Ah!
really good. There it was. But on average, I think 2 to 3 swipes is usually expected, or at least what you should expect from Crocomire. A clean fight would be 0 swipes, of course.
Yeah, that's kind of rare too, but on average, based off all the runs people have had and just based off how things have gone from runs I've seen, on average, depending on how the person sets it up, it's about 2 to 3 swipes, give or take. So as you can see, Stump now is waiting for our giant Crocomire here to pop out of his muffin. Meanwhile, Kekumanshoyu just got the power bombs below the green side hoppers, giant side hoppers, and now I'll be heading up and right to go take on everyone's favorite get bag. I messed that completely up.
Bag? It's a bag. An eye bag.
I was gonna say bag of gas, but I tripped over my own tongue.
Yeah, Fantoon is known to be associated with the Illuminati with its one eye. Keku is going to try to attempt here. Yep, Ocean Fly with the
He
missile setup.
might get it. As long as that missile doesn't stray. Oh! I was about to say stray too far off course for the screen, but thankfully that does save him a little bit of energy in the process of doing this, so that's both a good and a bad moment, but having a little bit of... Oops.
Goop Spark, shoutouts to Goop. I hope he might be
Where were
sleeping,
we?
but he might have woken up.
He was having a little bit of trouble getting up to continue this spark. Also, nice jump by Stump there, making good, excellent use of the distance to be gained.
And it's generally a good idea to, if you're not so used to grappling, but it's generally a good idea to go ahead and get those missiles at the top of pantry first, just because you can pretty much just save time and you don't have to go through the hassle of grappling through the Ripper's version 2.
And wow, I did never seen that before in my life. Stump having a very perfect exit out of grapple, manages to get a very sweet mock ball on his way back through. I don't think I've ever seen anyone pull that off before, personally. So, that's interesting.
The showmanship is here, and it's present.
Only has 83 and some change in the reserve here, so this spark's going to leave him on a little bit of a... Nope, he was going to spark. What he was trying to do was get up a little bit further to spark to the top here to help save some time and energy, but unfortunately... Shine Spark timer ran out, and then for Kekumanshoyu, here comes everyone's favorite bag of gas, with its own personal lighter.
Also important to note, Keku doesn't have any supers, but these flames could easily just go ahead and drop some... Oh, no, never mind. He's just going to hope that with a good fight and that he doesn't get health bombed, he can get some supers from Fantoon. He's opting to go with the X factoring method.
Yeah, the X Factor is, Oh no! That is not what Kekumanshoyu needed.
Whoa.
The reserve activated mid-strike, so that ended up costing him the chance to actually hit it on perfectly. He was hoping his iframes would have held out, so now he's going to be really careful. 60 in the tank here, 40 in the tank, no reserve, has to be very careful finishing off this fight. He's trying to Doppler the missiles in, so this is getting kind of dicey for him. He can no longer attempt... He could attempt to X-Factor, but it could backfire. 20 in the tank!
Sometimes...
Oh!
Ooh, sometimes extra factoring could lead Fantoon to hit you. He's safe. He should be safe. He's fine. It's still alright. Oh, and again. Whew.
Oh my
Strambulance.
goodness.
Can we get some Strambulances here?
If he
Keku
didn't...
just needs some resuscitation. Oh, he's even yelling to himself, why? Why?
If he did not get that health bomb off of shooting the sunrise surprise that would have happened to him, he would have been screwed on the flame at the drop from the death of Fantoon. So that is an excellent, excellent, great save. That was very, very close.
Job well done, Keku. Job well done.
So now that everyone's had a heart attack...
I know I did.
As soon as I saw the reserve activate, it's like, oh no, please not like this.
Not like this is fine. Thankfully, Ship has two easily attainable super missile packs back to back. Should be no problem now.
Thankfully, yes indeed. Right now, Stump trying to get halfway up the red tower here to shoot out these rippers with a power bomb. It'll make the opening, gets it done.
That's a nice little safe way to climb Red Tower, of course. Better than wasting supers for each one of them. It always seemed ridiculous to me that you would need such an overly powerful super missile to open up a door. I mean, imagine how that translates to real life. I'm just kidding. This is real life.
Yeah, I was supposed to say, when you're speedrunning / playing a game for glory, that is life. End of sentence. Again,
Poss-
kekumanshoyu here, getting a little bit dangerous in the spiky room of death. One wrong step and it could have been curtains for his run here. Would have to do a restart and almost a 30-minute haul back, plus a very dicey Fantoon fight, so that was kind of close.
and everyone just give Keku some silence. He's going to attempt a pretty risky bomb jump, so here's hoping that he lands it. Ooh,
Excellent
you see
choice to
that silence?
demorph.
Oh yeah, indeed. Actually, that's one of many good decisions that you can make. Speedrunning Super Metroid, going the new route.
Again, Super Metroid, you love her. She's not always gonna love back.
Just a reminder: Stump is not behind. It's too early to tell. He just did Crocomire early. Oh no, Keku taking some damage. That's fine. Hopefully he can farm some health.
He'll definitely be able to
That's
farm some health in the attic if he times his speed boosters correctly up there to destroy things, but kekumanshoyu was getting a little too close to the spiky platforms and could have accidentally ended himself, so whoops! Stump felt like taking a bath. At least it's a clean one.
nice simple setup for Keku in the attic. It's about time someone cleaned that place out.
Seriously. But a smart choice there. Grouped as many people as he could, and then he got Power Bomb out. So that actually helps him out a lot, saves him some energy. Because he definitely needs energy coming into this next section, going into bowling soon. He's also opting to use the invisibility iframe clip to get through these robots to save himself a little bit of time. Definitely could use it because here comes Stump, who's now barreling his way down through the bottom of Wreck Ship himself to go turn on the power and take out the gas bag.
Stump is making some good progress, given his speed and everything. With what's happened and all, just a slight mayhap with the stream.
Hmm.
But let's see how this Fantoon fight goes. Everyone guess a number 1 through 10. Fast fast equals mod status. Slow slow equals perma banned.
Well, that was a good start opening. So I can notice here, Stump is opting to just straight up charge shot Fantoon. Don't think I've seen this pattern or fight style before in a while. I know a lot of people commonly go for double missile, and then charge shot. But this is interesting.
And the good thing about this is if Stump were to actually have ice, Stump would only be able to get one charge shot in, as opposed to the three that he's able to hit or land each round. So it makes for a simple and easy fight as he can hold the charge and pseudo screw through the flames, um, pretty much avoiding all damage.
Ah, yes, the ever underutilized, ever friendly pseudo screw attack. Almost guaranteed to help you dodge, and just may take something out for you. As you can see, Kekumanshoyu made it through bowling. He lit off a power bomb just before getting into bowling. Let's see if it actually did what he wanted.
As long as Keku, yes, it did. As long as a player can land the power bomb right at the very floor, whether it's in the spikes or not, but it has to be just right before the steps. You're able to clear out the Chozo statue holding that missile pack that looked like it was floating.
And that's the name of the game here. You definitely want to get yourself up and running as quickly as possible, especially when it comes to getting out of wrecked ship. This will save you an abundance of time, and here comes Kekumanshoyu's breathability in the gravity suit. So this will definitely help him get a little bit of a leadway as Stump here is now getting up in his way to the attic, who, by the way, only has 34 plus change in the reserve, so needs to be careful of his life force here, and playing very carefully for this next upcoming room, the Spiky Room of Death.
As Chris had pointed out, the spiky room of death is aptly named simply because there is spikes, there is death, and it is a room.
More importantly, and I'll explain this myself too, this personally has happened to me. I was doing a run the other day, and going through said room, I slipped and fell below into the crack where the platform is. It came down on me, and I had about 400 in the tank, plus 200 in reserve. Completely destroyed all of that. So yeah.
That sounds like a fun strat.
It's not pretty when you lose everything in one squish.
But that's how you learn, ladies and gentlemen. That's how we learn.
Yeah, and that's how we also break controllers. Because rage.
Gotta let it out on something.
Oh yeah. Kekumanshoyu saves at the ship to refill his energy, is now in the Dragon Room getting the power bonds. Meanwhile, Stump is now coming on his return trip through the Spiky Room of Death after getting the energy tank.
If Stump manages to live right through this, we can thankfully call this room the Spiky Room of Life, because no one died and people are living.
Yeah, no one died today.
Wraparound shot. I don't think Keku. I heard the wraparound. He might be doubting himself, but I know for a fact that he got it because I was able to hear it.
Yep. And off and flying. Stump here taking a page out of Kekumanshoyu's book, lays the power bomb himself. Trying to get the Shine Spark set up so that way he can get into this atomic, but unfortunately the atomic was costing his attention. So that's, again, nullifies the spark, but he still has a way to recover this. And there it is.
Keku has to be very careful dropping down through as he did. Oh, don't want to cause any panic there. He was able to collect both missile packs, and Stump just rummaging through, opting not to skip past the work robots and just cyberbullying them down.
Well, it looked like he got it on one of... Yeah, he did get it on one of them, but the second one was giving him trouble, so he was like, you know what, just... done.
I'm certain that Stump even made that sound effect.
Alrighty, Stump is now outside the wrecked ship. We'll be collecting the missiles And then we'll be heading down to bowling. Meanwhile, Kekumanshoyu, who has just gotten down through Gauntlet, again using the drop down method to help eliminate some of the blocks in the way. Very risky strat. You can do it. You literally just sit there and jiggle yourself back and forth with the D-pad. This will cause Samus to drop at twice the normal rate on crumble blocks to allow you to dive down quicker. But the added trade-off is you have a higher chance of blockading yourself if you're not careful with your alignment. So the risk is worth the reward, but it is not worth it if you have to do a 2 to 3 minute repeat just to get back to Gauntlet to pick up what you missed.
Yes, if you do happen to miss a missile, that's fun. If you do happen to miss a missile, you can always go back for it right at the end of completing the blue Brinstar cleanup. Because you have screw attack, you could just go ahead and climb back up to Gauntlet and just screw attack through the blocks instead of having to charge up another Shine Spark and going for a wraparound shot and doing all of that setup.
See how this Mach Ball pays off? Gets it. There we go. That's probably one of the second most important Mach Balls in the game, to avoid dropping down the pit.
I'm almost certain that Stump might be even really good on health, so that he doesn't have to stop at the ship and refill. He just has to get a nice little clean spark up to the reserve tank. Still enough. We still have enough. This is fine.
Kekumanshoyu setting up with the down thrust through the block, so let's see if he can actually get out of here. Just enough time. Apparently all those years in Smash tournaments, Samus has learned one thing from Link: how to break a block. Ooh, nice speedball jump. Oh! Unfortunately, he got caught by the side hopper, so it did not completely do what he wanted to do. He wanted to use the ability of the speedball to pretty much ram through them and just keep on going.
So when you're in a speedball, if you unmorph and you angle up or angle down at the same frame, I want to say, you're able to retain a speed keep, which will allow Samus to pretty much just hold the blue suit until you let go of angle up or angle down. Or also if you jump and then land, or if you move overall. Stumps. Okay, so Stump just has to be really careful. Really, really careful. 225 is good enough health to be able to get the Gauntlet Spark. So he wants to be really, really safe not to take 2 energy worth of damage here from here on out.
Because even with the reserves, here's the thing, the reserve will not activate during the Shine Spark. As soon as you hit that magical number of 29, flat on, you stop no matter what you're doing. So again, you have to be very careful with push Shine Sparking, especially with how low your energy can get sometimes. Just out of the stupidest of things that could happen. Here we go, it looked like he got it, so let's see. Off and flying. Being
He's gonna be
smart
really
here,
safe.
dumping his tank. Ooh,
But he
hello
didn't
door.
get the wraparound shot. That's fine. That's perfectly okay. He has power bomb, so he can just power bomb his way through. Dodge all the enemies, dodge the yapping maws.
Try not to take too many baths in the acid. You know, I gotta wonder, who came up with the name Yapping Ma... No...
Mapping yaws.
Yeah, excuse me as I trip over my own tongue again. Yapping
I'm
Ma.
almost positive that that's their official name. because they like to yap and they like to maw. There's Filbert. Bye, Filbert. That was the name of that green little bug that damaged Keku, by the way. Stump is dropping down softly.
Not a bad choice. Always want to safe drop yourself sometimes when you're not feeling too certain. This helps save you a little bit of trouble. Kekumanshoyu now is now back down the bottom of Red Tower. We'll be heading into Meridia now.
The Water Park of Death.
Oh, it's not that deadly. It's just full of crabs.
And death? At least. I see that Keku's holding on to that charge to kill this crab and stutter 3 tap for the Main Street missiles. Meanwhile, Stump is heading back down to Brinstar. Gonna collect the E-Tank and the Super Missile Tank here. Oh, excuse me, Super Missile Pack, and then give a little visit to our green little monkeys. No, Stump! That's quite alright. It might be about 35 to 40 seconds of time loss. So he could just go back and just skip this entire section. He can continue forward.
And at this point, doesn't even care that the B-Toms are sitting there sucking away at his energy. He's just like, you know what? I don't need you. I'm moving. Bye. Alright, Kekumanshoyu just finished cleaning up Mama Turtle's room, got the missile in the E-Tank, is off and running. Stump, in the meanwhile, took a little bit of a tilt, but does manage to recover. You know, alternatively, if you don't feel like jumping all the way up, you could just lay a power bomb there and keep on moving. And uh-oh, Stumpy.
Stump.
Okay, thank you.
Oh,
No,
Stump.
come on, Stump, remember.
Please remember. Remember the Titans. Stump.
Turn around, turn around. He's not turning around. Why is he not turning around? Stump, turn around, please. Please turn around. No, don't shine spark at the wall. Please turn around.
This is a sign the game's telling you. Alright, well, unfortunately,
Let's hope
Stump.
he remembers.
And here's hoping that he's able to realize by the fact that he's missing an E-Tank at least. And also no supers.
If he's hoping for super off of the giant side hopper, there is a slight chance it may happen. May. Keyword may. We're not sure.
But this should still signal him something that he should have supers, which I think he might have come to that realization. Wait, is he? No, okay, good.
Yeah.
He's come to the realization.
Going, crap! My super!
Keku maneuvering. Have a little trouble with the one-eyed bats. Cleaning up Meridia Beach. A fun little personal goal of speedrunners is to attempt to get the beach ball on the way back. It's a sweet little mock ball that you're about to see Keku attempt. It's through the little gap that he used to gain entry to this section of the game. That gap right there. It's fine. It's just for swag. It does save time, but it's a tight window.
Again, with Stump, he, again, does not have a super missile. He still needs at least 3 super missiles in order to not only get into Spo Skip, to open the door on the way back and to get back through to get the missiles that are, or not the missiles, the power bombs rather, that are located in the storage room behind the green side hoppers. So, again, let's hope he remembers this and turns around back to the animals to try to go that way. Yes, he's thinking about it.
Might try to farm. You could farm with the little red bugs.
At the moment, he has just finished the giant and little side hoppers, while Kekumanshoyu has now started on everyone's favorite sea snake, Batwoon.
And potentially some people's favorite chatbot, Batwoon. Nice little 2-round.
Nice 2-round, not too bad.
And
Had a
some pretty
couple.
good drops, I would say.
Oh yeah, definitely. Made him pop out of his muffin a couple times to take a few extra hits, so he thankfully only had to deal with the slow version, no fasts. That definitely saves him some trouble. Until he goes headlong into the wall.
If Stump gets a good setup here, as he did,
Got that shake, so he's gonna get these supers, but that still doesn't change the fact he's gonna have to turn around and say hello to the Edikuns again, so... Yeah, Kekumanshoyu, I'll send you some Excedrin for your headache after that one. Alright, so Stump now has 6 super missiles back. Again, he still has to go back around and get the power bombs that were with the giant side hoppers, blow open this door, and he's still missing the supers and the energy tank that was back with the animals, so... Let's hope with the supers in hand, he's gonna remember this and start back up. He is starting to climb back up, while Kekumanshoyu has just entered Dragon's room. He'll definitely be going for, hopefully, because I don't remember if he turned Spazer back on or not. We'll see if he goes for the Shine Spark X Factor. Yep, he's definitely going to go for the Shine Spark X Factor.
just practicing a little bit before the fight, trying to make sure he's got his visual cues, his timing. This fight, this fight can sometimes be a little stressful, especially when you're on a good pace.
As far as determination, oof.
That's all right. That's all right. There's plenty of time.
There's plenty of time for the recovery, but still, that hurts, man. Metroid is trying to get this setup to cooperate. Dragon is just being an annoyance at the moment. Stump, meanwhile, is going through and still cleaning up the rest of his Brinstar run. And as far
Nice
as who's ahead at this point, because Stump has yet to turn back around, it is currently Kekumanshoyu in terms of total items and bosses killed.
Keku wants to be very careful not to hit the run button here, or else he will lose the blue suit. The blue suit just stores a permanent shine spark, pretty much, that he's going to use to get out of Coliseum, which is this room that he's currently in, getting the Wapple, or excuse me, the Wample. One-time use, of course. And now he's going to try to... I wonder if he's going to opt to get this. No, he's going to get that afterwards. So he's not skipping that E-Tank. Or it's not like he's forgetting to get it. But he's going to come back for it later on the second time through.
Alright, so Stump is now in the main street, setting up for... Oof. Was setting up to get the Main Street Super Speed Booster missiles. I really need to stop talking.
No, not yet. Not yet. You're doing commentary.
I know, but I'm tripping over my tongue.
That's alright. That's alright.
Darn
it's this race.
tongue.
Stump getting a nice little charge there for Mama Turtle Room. And here we go. One of the hardest tricks, only because it's pixel perfect, the ice clip to Spring Ball. Fortunately, Keku is familiar of the consistent setup, so there's really not much trouble that he has getting freezing that Puyo and jumping on it and then clipping right on the platform above. Will Keku kill Shacktool? No, he's just going to depend on his friendly little snail to help him through quicker. To put me through! Ladies and gentlemen, Spring Ball. Spring Ball in the winter. So Winter Ball, more appropriately.
You know what I also thought would be funny just for purely cosmetic looks?
What is that?
Added into the hack, a trail of flowers that follows you every time you're in Morph Ball when you use Spring Ball. And it's really a Spring Ball.
That actually would be lovely. I would like to see that. Stump having fun playing in the sand a little at Meridia Beach. Not too far out of the way. It's just quick, simple. It's a dead end, so you could there's no way you could lose yourself here.
Sure you could. You fell in the lake and you don't know how to get out. It's water. It's easy to get lost in, especially when you see a lot of it.
Now that climb through the Cassius room that Keku just went through with the pancakes, that strat that he opted to do is actually an older strat. It's very swaggy, as you can tell, because it utilizes a D boost to go ahead and skip the pile of Puyos that seem to interfere in that small little hall pre-plasma room. Nice spring ball too. Wow. Nice and zesty. Irish Spring.
For a second there, I thought you were going to say nice and zosty.
Well, Zosty does like to go ahead and... Oh no, Stump. Zosty does love showing off some swaggy speed. Well, not even just speedball, but spring ball strats as well, especially in Blueprint Star.
Stump here having a little bit of trouble with the Sea Snake. Batuin is in his fast pace now. He has to sink a couple more shots on him to get him to stop moving. There we go.
It would be a good idea for Stump to get some supers farming here with the bugs, but it looks like he's just gonna skip on ahead. Attempt a halfie, maybe?
Yep, going for the halfie.
Alright.
And touchdown.
2 supers is enough to just get past the green door and then just one-shot the Ghidorah, blocking the way to Dragon.
Yes, meanwhile, kekumanshoyu had a very nice couple of cactus rooms going through them, so that was excellently well done by him, as he's now cleaning up the rest of Meridia, and then we'll be taking the dive down to everyone's favorite lava pit. Also say no to everyone's favorite PTSD dragon.
Let's hope for a good Dragon fight for Stump.
Stump here has a couple options opened up to him. He could fry the shrimp. He could shine spark the shrimp. He could just outright destroy the shrimp by shooting at it.
Can make some ceviche. Some breaded shrimp. Good quick drop too by Keku.
Ooh!
Oh well.
Huh?
Well, at least he gets to keep Shine Spark without having a short charge. When you set off a Shine Spark as Dragon grabs a hold of you, you're able to get Blue Suit, which was his intended method. Okay, I see. So he did it
Oh.
on purpose, yes, because he went with the grapple strat. Awesome. Nicely done, Stump.
Good
And
fried
Keku's
shrimp?
showing off the Spring Ball strat. Entrance into Crane. Faltered, but that's good. It's nice and swaggy. You still got my heart.
Again, both players here opting to be very, very well trained in their paths, are being very, very gentle about how they do things. Stump here using a nice D-boost, helping get himself halfway back across the room, trying to hang on to this blue suit so that way he can shoot himself back across Coliseum. Kekumanshoyu just got created missile and is now off and running.
Also, a really good setup by Stump. Nice and safe to use the blue suit spark on the way back through Coliseum. Just goes to show you how many different strats people, just runners in general, have to navigate their way through the rooms. You know, this if it works for them, uh, it works. You know, there's no time loss and it helps.
Indeed, because that is currently the name of the game here, is time loss and how much can you avoid.
Keku's just gonna go ahead and wave high to Crocomire just for a bit, skipping through the door. He's gonna clean out Lord Norfair first before heading back to Crocomire. But more about that later. Keku with the chronic boost. We don't condone that sort of usage here, but that's just what the name of that strat is called, deboosting off the blue ball. Let's go Keku. Oh, might be... Okay, well, it's still a good attempt at the blue fireball. Into the lavatory, named because once Samus jumps into that Chozo's hands, it drains the lava down the toilet. Ooh, Keck wants to be careful. Just with Spring Ball, you can avoid dropping down there, simply holding the jump button while in air and morphed, of course. You're able to just continually bounce around without dropping. And Keku wanted to collect the super pack first, but it seems GT says otherwise. He's standing in the sweet spot there, which is like right in the middle, making quick work, quirky, of that GT. Easy. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And with Stump now focusing on spring ball strats, let's see how much he can set off. Although he is going to want some health because I believe he's gonna go into. Oh, he wants the supers, of course. So, oh, please be careful, Stump. The crabs in the room next over are bound to drop supers. He just has to play really carefully. Okay, that's a power bomb. Please, drops, please. Another power bomb. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Another power bomb? These drops? Oh my goodness. Keku collecting, and thankfully not dropping down after collecting the Mickey Mouse missiles. MLG dots goes by those crabs. Please just drop him a super. That's all he needs. Why can't we just get along? Trying to think of where else he can get super missiles. And they just keep dropping power bombs, which is really an issue. Health and power bombs, health and power bombs. Yes, now the little flubbers here. They're only... Okay, there, he got the super. I mean, it'd be wise to just get a little bit more, just to be on the safe side. But still, as long as he was able to get one. And I think he has to... Yes, so just an Aqua Alcatraz there. That's really not what it's called. But he can finally make headway to Plasma. Just this. The only setback was just that he had low health and just no supers. Keku just completely destroyed Ridley. Just extremely fast. Extremely, extremely fast, like any speedrunner should. As long as Stump can hold on to that super, he should be fine. Because he still has yet to collect Ice Beam. Breezing through Plasma Room, Stump just goes on. He's gonna collect the E-Tank, the Botwoon E-Tank, and then collect the last two items, which is the Meridia Reserve Tank and the last pack of missiles there. Also, very important to notice, I really hope that Stump remembers to go back and collect what he's missed in Brinstar, which was the super missile, the energy tank at the bottom of a green Brinstar. And then I still think he also has to go for the power bomb pack in pink Brinstar.
Yes, he does. He's missing a total of 3% between those 3 places there. I do apologize for the random disappearance. I'll explain later. But, so yes, Stump here is missing 3% of his total collection throughout the entire game so far. So, if he forgets these on the way down to the Golden 4, this is not going to be good for his run. Kekumanshoyu, on the other hand, had a very excellent Ridley fight, as I saw. It is now working his way out of Lower Norfair.
A little too late on that spring ball jump. That's fine. That's also for swag. It is faster, but also difficult to execute. It never hurts to attempt it, though. Oh, I see. So Stump also hasn't collected the aqueduct items yet either. All right, that's still fine.
At least remembered those, so that's the start. He just needs to remember the 3% that he left behind in Brinstar itself, so that way he can get the 100%.
The Franker Z missiles are the last item in Lower Norfair. And out we go. Both players pretty much finishing up their respective sections of the planet, each region. Keku just has 3 items to finish collecting here. Or, excuse me, 4 items. The 2 missile packs over here, and the Norfair reserve tank, and then the last missiles of Norfair. Oh no, excuse me, he still has Crocomire to go.
Mm-hmm. So has to go through Crocomire, which, on the topic of Crocomire, did he ever get the Wallflower on the way through Ice Beam?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, he did.
Really need to start considering having a tracker in place.
I'm the only tracker you need. Even though I forget some stuff, OP.
That's what she said? Question mark?
Spot on. Yep, I'll give you that one.
I wasn't sure that was gonna fit. Dark humor aside, Kekumanshoyu getting the missiles below the Bubble Mountain. Stump getting the Kraid missiles. Here's hoping he, again, remembers to go back to Brinstar.
If anything, Brinstar will only be on the way after completing Lower Norfair and getting X-Ray and getting the items in between. And because after X-Ray, he will have to make his way back over to Brinstar and hopefully collect the items that he's missed. Seizure warning, by the way. If you are, just look away right now.
Yes, please, we advise you. Warnings. I really should put a warning sticker up just for those moments.
Interesting RNG that Crocomire gave Keku. See, Keku, he charged the plasma shot, and plasma does damage to an enemy for every frame that it goes through an enemy. And so, on that first shot, it was supposed to have Crocomire back up completely, but he seems to have paused and then ended up swiping again. Ended up swiping. He attempted Spike Suit as well, which is a double frame perfect trick that also pretty much stores a permanent spark, much like the blue suit, but with the ability to run.
Ooh! Ooh! Okay. Hmm.
It's also a really good strat by Stump, Shine sparking its way
I,
across.
I couldn't tell if he botched that one or if it was intentional, and it definitely looked intentional now, as he does make a recovery shot out of it, so that was actually pretty interesting.
Keku shrugs to himself about what just happened, but this is the part that's easy for new route runners, is that with space jump, the player can just go ahead and space jump his way to these missiles right here with ease.
There we go, nice speed booster used by Stomp, getting himself across the flame towers in Lower Norfair. Again, kekumanshoyu just got gravel and is on the way out. As excuse me, not kekumanshoyu, oh my goodness. As Stump flushes Golden Teresa's back door. Ooh! Almost a great combination there.
Alright, now these are the actual last missiles of Norfair for new route players at least. No, they're not. Again, I'm lying to you guys. The last ones are actually right before Business Center, where the seahorses are, where you would normally have to grapple beam your way across. And Stump is going to set himself up here, provided that Golden Teresa could just back up. All right. Settle in nicely on the sweet spot, avoiding all damage, avoiding all slaps to the face. Nice fight, Stump.
Looked like he was just about to miss the storage for that Shine Spark on the way over for the store up, but he gets it. Thankfully still has it, getting Screw Attack. Can he line it up? Ooh! Headache. It was just a couple pixels too close to the left there, so...
Perfectly fine. He could just wall jump his way up, space jump his way up.
Yes, indeed. Thankfully there is, at this point in the game, so much recovery options, so it's not too bad.
Keku displaying some effective swaggy spring ball strats. Look at that. Also, personal favorite is Keku loves to go for reverse slinky, so he's gonna try to do that after collecting X-ray, of course. And Mickey Mouse missiles for Stump.
Noticing he has X-ray prompt item to B, which means that's his speed booster usage, so... Looks like he's going for default control?
That is correct. Keku display default control everything. That means item select is on select.
You know, this makes me think about something. This is one of the things I don't think we've ever physically talked about in any of these matches, is control setup. Like, I know everyone has their own personal setups. Like, for me personally, this is the way I do it. I use Y to shoot, I use B to jump, I use A for speed booster, I use X to turn on my items, because I like having everything on my right thumb, because that's my busiest hand. It will be doing almost all the button pressing. And then my left hand's free to angle up and down. Well, angle up is going to be on my L, angle down is going to be on R, and then when I need to shut something off, I can just hit select. It's just... I've done that for so many years that it just feels natural for me. I know some people have played with, you know, the base controls, and that just feels the most natural to them. I know Behemoth has either angle up or angle down, and he doesn't use... Like, there's so many different ways to go about it.
That's an interesting setup there. Oh, Stump is going to Shine Spark the Metal Pirates. A lot of top tier runners have some pretty interesting uh, controller setups. For example, also, I believe Behemoth has his run, like the Dude 9005 has his run.
On R.
Yes, which I think means that he cannot angle down
Which... There's not many
or angle
cases
up.
where you really need to angle down, but, you know, you can make certain shots without it, too, so it's not too bad.
But actually might be angle up. He can't angle up. If it's on R, going off by default, he
Yes,
won't
by
be able to angle.
default, R is up, L is down, which... I don't know, it just feels backwards for me. Maybe just because I think of, you know, up is left and down is right.
Keku just cleaned up the Billy Mays missiles.
I'm here having a bit of difficulty with Ridley. This is like the second or third time he's gotten grabbed by Ridley. There's another grab. The bad thing about being grabbed by Ridley is there's times where he won't damage you, but there's times he will turn around and punish you with a tail whip. And it does a little bit more than just lower your defense. It takes off a good chunk, almost 100 energy. Thankfully, he does get him down, so that will take care of everyone's favorite space pelican as kekumanshoyu heads up to go flying across Mother Brain's old tank.
Now the thing about Ridley's fight in Lower Norfair is that it is somewhat possible to manipulate his movement. For example, the longer that you are standing or just moving, pretty much grounded on that platform, it's more likely that Ridley's going to give you pogo patterns. And then if you're up in the air, wall jumping, space jumping, regular jumping, as long as you're in the air, it's also probable that Ridley's going to give swoops.
Me personally, I would much rather prefer it if Ridley was swooping, because I usually get the best strategies going, especially when it comes to like super missile combos, because if you can actually store up enough super missiles, say if you go into this fight with 35 super missiles, which if you do somehow, God bless you, but going with 35 super missiles, you can sit there and just, you know, interchange between every swoop he does about 3 to 4 super missiles, thus making it so much easier to get rid of them. Again, though, that's all dependent on if you know have the super missiles to spare, number one, or number two, want to go looking for that pogo pattern where you can just sit in the corner and just, again, shoot straight up and just unload.
A lot of casual players say they prefer the pogo patterns. Meanwhile, I'm positive that speedrunners love the swooping. And Keku has collected the 100th John Cena of the day, or I believe it's also the 100th. What was it that Jiro had last time? He had a
It was
Jim
a
Carrey
quote
quote.
from Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. Ace Ventura was leaving the office, was told to get out, and responded with, you know, calling back sometime, your number's still 911. Alrighty then. But that's technically the 101st time we heard the fanfare, because technically we counted our favorite little green steaks that we like to leave on the planet because we don't think about food rations for the trip. They're actually either the 45th or the 49th time you hear the fanfare, depending on the route. Meanwhile, kekumanshoyu here, a deed has 100%. So, he'll be heading down to the Golden Four with no reservations. Meanwhile, again, praying to RNGesus that Stump remembers, oh hey, I still have 3 things back in Brinstar.
Keku can go ahead and just help himself to a little break. Just give it a nice stretch, Keku. Rest up because the final fight is nigh. Like Bill Nye, the science guy.
You're making me feel old because I actually understand these. Please stop.
Shoutouts to feeling old. I mean, this game is only 22 years old.
Gosh. I understand Metroid's 22 years old for Super Metroid. For goodness sake, I'm 28. Don't make me feel older than I need to. Oops! Kekumanshoyu, taking a little bit of a bath there, accidentally turned on X-ray, scrolling through his stuff.
He had to celebrate somehow by getting an X-Rave going.
X-ray!
The cats and boots, cats and boots, cats and boots. Whoa, look at Keku's animation. That is amazing. Even he had to giggle to himself about that one.
When you
Someone
get
clip
stuck
that.
between two Metroids, might as well have a party in your pantalones.
Man, these Metroids really suck. Kappa?
Oh yeah, they'll suckle you dry for everything you got and then some. They're the type of loan sharks you don't want to become comfortable with.
Okay, I promise to you guys, I'm not lying now. After these missiles, the last missiles that Stump will collect in Norfair are the ones at the bottom of Bubble Mountain. Please believe me. Just please.
Would you feel slightly offended if I said part of me does not?
No, it's alright. Even I don't believe myself.
No, that's the part where you're supposed to reassure us. No, I swear, I am 100% correct. I would never lie in front of the Lord Jesus.
This is a family-friendly stream indeed. Alright, Keku's gonna go ahead and attempt to stick the landing here. Ooh. It's
Oh
alright, it's alright, it's alright.
no!
Oh, Keku.
Oh to
It's a
nose!
Keku unequipped gravity suit as well, just to make sure that his health drains faster. But he's gonna go ahead and re-equip gravity. And after this grab, he's gonna go for a crystal flash, or he might actually just use the energy refill. I'm not sure because he didn't set off his reserve tanks.
No, it looks like he's gonna just gun his way through, so he might take intentional damage from the Rinka, because he still has the 222 missiles here, so he does have enough room to bust the tank. It does not look like he's stopping, so he might take intentional damage from the Rinka after opening this door.
And see, I told you guys that that was the last missile for Norfair for Stump.
Yep, there it is. Takes the intentional hit. Puts him with 190 in the tank.
Keku has to be really careful,
Very, very
regardless,
careful.
because these hot Cheerios really hurt. All right, nice clip.
Cheerios. They always looked like SpaghettiOs to me when I was a kid.
Also, very keen observation there, Sacred.
Alright, as Kekumanshoyu takes an intentional lava bath to lower himself down to 46 and some change left. You will now do the Crystal Flash after the rain stops blowing everything up.
Also, smart move to not Crystal Flash on that small little platform.
Oh yeah,
It's possible for a potential soft lock sometimes.
not even just that, but one of our racers, I hate to pick on him because I very much so enjoy watching him stream, and I think we're pretty much good friends when it comes to gaming. Elminster, unfortunately, Crystal Flashed during the tank phase of taking Mother Brain down, and accidentally got Rinked, and ended up taking more damage than he intended when trying to store up for this fight, so... You see Kekumanshoyu setting up for the jump, and here comes Stump on his return trip through Brinstar. Again, RNGesus be with us. May he remember that he still has stuff in Big Pink. And the animals. Alright, Kekumanshoyu got the setup going.
And it looks like Stump remembered. For sure, he remembered what was in the power bombs that are in Pink Brinstar. That's a given because there's no way he's gonna let that one slip by. And
First thing he's
yes,
doing is he's running.
running, making headway to pick up the items, the energy tank and the super pack over at the bottom of Green Brinstar.
Meanwhile, Kekumanshoyu, oops, lands a couple shots in. Thankfully remembers he has X-ray because he accidentally forgot to jump as the baby delatched. So that forced him to go to the kneeling state. Again, you can cancel this out by having X-ray, so... Nice! Starts morphing into the ball to get ready to get the energy tank and get across the pit. Good job, Stumpy.
Had a little twerk action there too, as Samus was trying to escape that B-Tom.
Alright, Kekumanshoyu's got Mother Brain just starting to about to change colors here. And that's the sign that you had a pretty good Mother Brain Phase 3 coming up for you. Color change just starting. Missed a couple shots, stopped short. I'm counting about 7 shots that hit in.
Might have been like 5 even, but I was just more concerned that of his shot of when he actually ended up shooting because I didn't. It was close to him like potentially soft locking.
Oh yeah, he was on that hairline fracture of causing himself a little bit of unintended pain, so that would have been bad.
Keku getting a really good door transition, making his way out of the first escape. Not opting a blue bomber here. Just gonna go for the Shine Spark.
Shoutouts to Mega Man there. You can see Stomp
Bomber.
is now cleaning up the rest of his Brinstar trip.
Now, Keku is facing an important moral dilemma. Save or not save?
Save them. You become immune to the X later and can eat them for steaks in case they are infected. GG.
Wait, I heard that that was actually bogus and debunked.
You mean the game theorist was wrong? Shock.
After all, they are just theories. A game theory.
Alright,
But I'm not gonna do it.
Kekumanshoyu, boom. Alrighty. Well, we do know
That's
he
where all
has
time
100.
is.
We know he has 100 just clocked in. And this is actually kind of cool. Clocks in with a race bot time of 127.50. This is an improvement of their personal original best of 1:29.11, which is a 1 minute and 21 second improvement.
Congratulations to Keku. Stump trailing right behind him, of course. Gonna finish these last few items. Then make headway to Torian. And there we go, the old Kyle. He's setting off and he's jamming to it too. He's like waving his hands, doing a little dance. Get down
Making
tonight.
love. Ah. Yeah, Sonic Boom. Yeah, Sonic Boom goes Zebus. Alright, Stumpy. Booyah!
Woo there!
Want to talk about Sonic Boom? Those pirates didn't even see it coming. Alrighty, here he goes. He has to clean up these last couple things, and then it's off and running for him.
And this is it. The last items for this category. Fanfare number 101.
Or as I made a mistake of, 101th. Because, you know...
That is our language.
So it definitely looks like he could be on race PB path here is Stump. It is currently 1:31 race time going on and running. So he does have a chance to make it work. Definitely not a bad thing. Always nice when you can beat PB in the middle of a race.
And everyone, Dear Force.
Or
Dear Force! Alright, let's relax. Stump, you got this under control. Clear your mind. Moment of zen. Relax.
Get a cup of tea, get a cup of hot chocolate. Get a shot of whiskey, get whatever you need. Just...
Get a couple of shots on Mother Brain. Anything you need, just anything. Oh, that's a good strat right there. In the waiting room, just screwing around. Screwing around, screwing around, screwing around, screw. And confirmed 100%. Keku is our winner of this race. Congrats, man. Congrats.
So it looked like Stump preemptively had shut off a couple things. Varia be one of them, and Screw Attack is another. So it looks like he's intentionally going to get inhaled by the baby, taking the save here right now. So he saved because he knows.
Some nice Metroid rooms for Stump. Going the safe and easy way. It's actually really good, of course, because this part of the run can be actually nerve-wracking. But he's handling himself quite well. Just going, jellyfishing in jellyfish fields, annihilating them.
Jellyfishing, 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 jellyfishing. Firmly grasp it in your hand.
They're firmly grasping him. That's alright, you can shake them off. Just one good bump. There.
Got it done. As I accidentally move myself around. Also, welcome to the booth for a couple of moments. Kekumanshoyu, how you doing tonight?
I'm pretty good. Thanks for having me.
Keku,
Pleasure.
congratulations. How do you feel?
Shaky because I've been nervous.
Shaky or shucky? Ah, shucks.
Trying to pump out the best run that I can.
You've been listening to my commentary, huh? Using the word pump. Or is it
Yeah.
because it rhymes with Stump?
Yeah, no, it was because I'm pumping, I'm pumping some super missiles into Kraid, pumping some plasma beams into Billy.
Stump facing left. Wise decision. Getting grabbed by the baby Metroid. And I'm sorry for interrupting, Keku, but go on.
No, but I think I could have. It was an okay run for me. I can't believe I missed the full half the attempt, and Dragon gave me some problems too, but I tried. That's the main thing, right?
Reserve Stump!
Thought that counts.
Yeah.
And ooh, careful. I think someone forgot the inputs to the Crystal Flash.
No, he had a little bit left in the tank too, so... Now he's intentionally trying to take some damage off the Ghidorah here. His best bet would be go and get tackled by a Rinka, pop into Saber him, and pop it off. Yeah, unfortunately, he does have reserve. He did have reserve left, so it's gonna be a little interesting.
Okay, so it was nice. I just want to point out that I had fun, but I do have to leave to do stuff. But I wish luck to Stump to finish his race and hope for a really good time.
Be careful, stop.
Oh no!
Thank you for dropping by, Keku.
Okay.
You know you're
Get out of there,
beloved
get
in
out of there,
this
get out of
Metro
there.
community. No.
No, come on, Stump.
No!
Stop.
All right. You guys have a good one, and please follow Stump. You don't have to follow me, but please
Yes,
follow
follow
Stump.
Keku too. Kekumanshoyu. Everyone. Oh no. It's a good thing Stump saved too, but follow Kekumanshoyu and follow stumpdotio.
All right.
Thank you
I'll
for
see you guys.
dropping by, Keku. See ya.
Bye.
Thank you for stopping
shucks.
by.
That Keku guy. You
Thankfully,
know, he's
he
always
did
up all night to
save.
get Chucky.
Oh my goodness. Oh, that is not something you want to have happen. And as pointed out, this is what safety saves are for. This is also why you remember what room you're in. Holy goodness, that is... Ugh. I heard of punishing, but that's punishing. Thankfully, this does give Stumpy a chance to clean up the Metroid rooms and stuff a little bit better, but ow, that hurt. Yes, that definitely above all things right now. Ladies and gentlemen, Stump definitely needs your support, so please do cheer him on. This is a very, very tough thing to go through, is to have to take A down because things don't go the way you want them to, so let's give some Stump some love in the chat. Mitch, why don't you have a heart emote? Lost you there, buddy. How you doing? There we go. Alrighty, so Stump gets the refill off of the, Crystal Flash. I almost called it a Shine Spark. Gets the refill off the Crystal Flash, and now has everything he needs to go take down Mother Brain. So here's going for a quick, clean, and sweeping fight.
Much better now.
There we go. Welcome back.
Sorry about that. Yeah, I was upset to my stomach about Stump's unfortunate death there. It started to sound like Torian. Thankfully, he did have that safety save, which is something that we're not really seeing as much here in the 100% tournament as much as we did see in the 90% tournament. Safety saves, which prove that they really are useful. It really isn't a pride thing, it's just something that helps. Let's go, Stump. Let's go, Stump. Tail my energy. Tail my energy, Stump.
Stump is desperately trying to get this Zebetite script to work. He's almost gotten it once. He got shot out of it the second time he had it in place, so... Again, alternatively, if you can't get this at some point in time, you start to wonder if you can do it, and if not, you just start wanting to blast through these things as much as possible. He does have enough, missiles and supers to make it through and blow open the tank. There we go. Finally gets its way through.
Good job, Stump. Really, really good job. Mother Brain 1 down. Stump treating Mother Brain like anyone would treat their kind mother. Just blasting them, smothering with kisses, Except those kisses are ice, wave, and plasma shots.
Yep, it is now Stump's turn to be Mother Brain's kitchen helper and clean up the kitchen. Which, by the way,
Onion rings.
this is on me myself, I forgot to mention, but Kekumanshoyu and Stump come from Team Mother Brain's kitchen helpers. I should have said that long beforehand, but it sort of came back to me.
Yeah, Mother Brain really making a mess in the kitchen. Here we go, moment of truth. Stand up this time. Nice and steady there.
Got dangerously close there for almost accidentally knocking himself to the down status, but definitely makes the recovery, stops himself before anything else happens. Here comes the baby Metroid.
I believe Stump grounded himself, or rather the cutscene grounded him. Of course, typical mother grounding their child. Oh no, he's there, he's good, he can move. I thought he was stuck. It happened earlier. I was watching a race and someone ended up getting grounded, but he's good to go. A good visual cue to start shooting charge shots at Mother Brain. Just a nice simple one is Mother Brain doesn't start taking damage until she's completely gray, which is when Stomp ended up starting to shoot her. Let me fix that.
Alrighty, so Stump stopping the wave of attacks to start unloading a can of Rainbow Skittles. Because Skittles, taste the rainbow, Mom. Alright, it is now Stump's turn to escape the kitchen because, oops, he dropped the time bomb.
I hope I sound better now.
Yes,
but I'm not
beautiful.
Sure. Whew. I thought the inner Tass in me was coming out.
He entered.
I can't believe it was leaking. I'm sorry. Stump making quick headway back to the ship. Someone get to the chopper. But please save the animals. Let's find out.
Again, they make good steaks. Besides, who doesn't like chicken? Gores have great wings. I mean, look at those legs too. They gotta be meaty. They use them for speed boosting, for crying out loud.
That's to be all muscle, really.
Oof!
A good attempt, though. At least, for the behemoth spark.
Unfortunately, took a little bit too much to the head there, so had to do a recovery spark. Gets it. Still off and running.
Go, Stump, go!
And decides to leave emergency rations on the planet.
Which is a good thing, because we don't like fusion anyway. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Yeah, trick.
And complete! Good game, Stump. Ending with the time of what's the time?
Racebot clocks a minute of 1:45:12.
Oh, narrowly escaping that explosive ticking time bomb that is planet Zebes.
Mm-hmm.
A really good solid run. You know, he was able to recuperate the fact that he forgot a couple of items, but overall, solid gameplay.
Very much so. GG to Stump, and as always, welcome to the booth there, Stump. How you doing?
Welcome, Stump.
Hey. Oh man.
You had
What
us
a
worried a little bit.
run. Yeah.
How are you feeling, Stump? It's okay, let it out. We're here for you.
After dealing with the stream crash, nothing felt right.
Yeah, I kind of had a feeling from the moment where everything just kind of locked up. It's like, oh no, frustration.
Especially with how my splits were at that time too.
I honestly wasn't
Oh,
paying attention to your splits. So how were they prior to that point?
I saw a
Uh,
minus 34. I believe you had a gold at charge beam.
yeah, I had a gold bombs to charge beam. I think I was minus 30 something.
Yeah, I did take note of that, and you were really on good pace there. But of course, the stream crash. Chat still though they were showing their support. We were here rooting for you, hoping you would come back, and you did. At least you stuck
Yeah.
it through, and you know that's what we commend.
Yeah, thanks very much to everyone for that.
Thank you for actually still continuing onward, because that's very commendable.
Yeah, really, Stump. Good job, good run. It was solid, you know. Mishaps there, of course, they're gonna happen, but that's just how the game might be, you know. Samus the mistress.
Yeah, you never know what will happen.
But still, really stellar gameplay. Because it's in space, so stellar, yeah.
Indeed, once again, congrats on sticking with it. Thank you for, actually being able to participate in this tournament. It's amazing to see, people continue onward through the adversity that does happen. So again, I give you the biggest props and cups of cheer in the world, man, because you earned it tonight.
Thanks.
And here we go.
You have
Moment of
to
truth.
make sure that I got everything.
Moment of
Spent
truth,
Yeah,
don't
on my
spoil it.
stream.
Let us spoil it.
Yeah,
We'll be here
I'm
for
not
you.
gonna say.
Wait for it.
Dear Force, by the way, and go ahead and give Stump a follow. He's really trekked through there.
Alrighty, Samus has just shot the screen. Ladies and gentlemen, Stump has a resounding, beautiful, wonderful, merciful 100%.
100% indeed. Whew. Good game, Stump. Congrats.
Good job,
Thanks.
Stumpy.
Uh, yeah. Well, good
Anything
luck
else?
to everyone else.
Anything else you want to say about the run?
And oh, uh, it's interesting how, especially the places where I could, where running out of supers would be really bad, happened to me after I mentioned them sometimes that I was some previous races I was doing commentary on, and it all happens to me.
I'm so sorry
Interesting
about
how
that,
things
Stump.
work, right?
So sorry. Yeah, that was also something else. Well, at least we know now that the green little flies are definitely the best place to stop by and farm for some supers.
Indeed.
Yeah. I gotta see what chance the crabs actually have,
If you're not
and
on full
whether.
energy and full power bombs, the chance for supers is very, very down, as far as I know.
All right,
So,
so that's wasn't the right thing to do then. Now I know.
hey, the more you know.
Indeed.
Live and learn.
Hey, yep.
So,
Thanks,
unfortunately,
everyone.
yes, thank you for stopping in, Stump. We appreciate the post-race comments. Unfortunately for now, we do need to get out of the way because coming up in a hot minute, we have the Donkey Kong Country 2 tournament that's going to continue, but don't go too far because at 10 o'clock, we're coming back for another match here on Speed Gaming. I'm going to pull up the list of who it is right now because I'm a moron and I closed the thing.
I'm certain it's Nightmare versus Nmet.
Yes, it is, from Group Shack Tool, no less. Everyone's favorite coffee time.
So thanks to everyone again for tuning in, and stick around actually because the DKC2 tournament has been ongoing and it's been heated. A lot of good runners. You definitely want to check them out. Kekumanshoyu, stumpdotio. Give them a round of a clap, round of a clapper, caplause, whatever you will. We're gonna go ahead and get out of here, and we'll see you next fusion. Just kidding. No, we're not because the animals are dead.
Yes, because we blew them up. No, we will definitely see you guys next mission, and next mission starts in 1 hour. So grab some popcorn, come back, watch the DKC 2, then come back and join us again. Again, that is going to be Nightmare 47 versus Enmit at 10 p.m. EST. Later, Gators.